What's up, guys? I have been wanting to build me a hog trap forever. I mean forever. I just never have got around to it. I didn't have a welder at the time. I got rid of mine a long time ago. I actually bought that little welder for building hog traps, but we've been so busy doing other stuff. I said before, you know, rocket stoves and charcoal baskets, wood baskets, stuff like that, just small projects that we've been bowed up. Well, I got kind of a little bit of a break. Now, this is something that you can do in a day. If you've got the time and the weather's right, material laid out, you can knock a hog trap out in a day. I'm gonna guess probably 4 or 5 hours. I'll do what I can. Now, my goal is to get all the framework done. If everything goes pretty fast, we may put some of the hog paneling in. We'll just have to see. You guys throw some comments down below if you got some ideas. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I've never built a hog trap. I have fab stuff up before, but I've never built a hog trap, and I want to do something unique, especially if I want to sell them. You know, you can't just do what everybody else does. You want to set yourself apart from everybody else. So anyway, let's go check out that other trap. All right, so you guys probably remember this trap. This is the trap that we had at the property that we were hunting on. It's actually upside down right now. But, you know, she's 36 inches tall. She's 54 inches wide. And she's about 8.5 foot long. I'm actually going to build it, I'm thinking 36 inches tall, 50 inches wide, which is the size of the panel that you can buy, and 8 foot long. And as far as the door, I am not a fan of those doors. I don't like the swing. I've seen what happens. I've watched it, you know, personally out there. Picture coming in, if that one gets in there and he sets that tripwire, hell, I've seen him knock the other ones out. So I want a drop door. It gives them some more room, lets them get in there and feel more comfortable. Also, I'm not going to be putting grating hog paneling on the bottom. Hogs don't like it when they walk in on them panels. You know, they get in between their hooves and stuff, and they just don't like walking on that paneling. So hey, that's the plan for today. If you guys ain't subscribed to the channel, help us out and subscribe to the channel. If you like what you see, hey, share us out, man. Help us get some more subscribers. Enough talking, let's get to building. If you guys are going to do this, get you a trailer or get you a truck, let up over the top or something. Bring the whole 20-foot links back, just because so you don't do what I did. My goal was to, being as this, we're using 1.25 inch angle iron. We were just going to cut the 45s, bend it, leaving one side still attached, you know, less welds. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that now, which is not a big deal. This is only for the front and rear frame, so I think we'll be all right. But I'm trying to figure out where these measurements come from, and for the life of me, I don't know why I told them 8'5". I mean, the math didn't even add up. I don't know. So now I got to figure this out. I think we'll be all right. I'm not going to let it stress me out. This is metal. If something ain't right, you can always weld it back together, grind it off, and you know, lengthen your piece, so on and so forth. Technically, it should be stronger, right? I'm going to put some wheels on it if I can, and that way, kind of like a wheelbarrow mode. Pick up on it, move it around. When you get to where you want to go, just kind of lift up on it, let the wheels fall out, and do your thing. So, I don't know. I'll be pretty cool. You guys are probably going to see me do something that you're going to say is unsafe at one time point or another. Don't do what I do. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go 38 tall. I'm doing it. Where's my tape? Scalpel. No scriber. We're going to go 38 inches tall. So it looks like I can do half of the frame on the end and then put them together, square them up. So there's a little bit less welds. I'm going to try to be as precise as you can so you don't use up too much material. I don't like the fiber or whatever you call them, the grinding wheels, man. I like these good metal discs. They last a lot longer, these little diamond edges, and not that much more expensive. Right on that edge, bend it around. Take my little hammer right here, just kind of help get a good sharp corner. Looks good. Got a good sharp corner. And we'll just do it to the other side. There is 1/2 of the front frame that will be Front, rear, I don't know yet. All right, we got our 2 pieces. Now I'll go ahead and lay them on the table, square them up, tack them together. We got one in. All right, we got it laid up here on the table. We'll go ahead, we got her fixed, good clamp, 90. Go ahead and give her a tap. Make sure you tack her up here at the top instead of the bottom. Otherwise, she'll wind up drawing over. You got to start all over again. So, go ahead and take the magnet off. You are good. You can lay her down. Go ahead and finish welding her out. I can give her one more good pass right over the top. You can see she's nice. Yeah, that's two sturdy ass welds right there. Oh boy. Okay, we got us a good square in that corner. All right. Just gonna put a good little tack right here. After we roll it, so get that side over here. All right, pull that out. Not going to bore you with the next one. It's going to be the same exact thing for the other end. Once we get the other panel done, then we can go ahead and grab the 8-foot runners that's going to go from end to end, and that'll be simple. That's just a straight up butt weld. For that time, it's getting hot out here, man. I need to take a break for a second, get some water. It's hot. When we get back, we'll be putting the legs on from each side. Got the other one done. Got them both right here. They're within an 1/8 inch of each other. This ain't been bad at all. This ain't been hard. Like I said, once you got a rhythm and you keep going, this one didn't take me no time. This one took me probably 30 minutes. It took me a lot easier to get this cut and wrapped around. Again, like I said, the next time I get them, I'm gonna take my trailer, I'm gonna get the 20-foot sticks, and I'm gonna cut it that way I can just wrap all the way around, and only got just a few welds. It makes it a little bit more difficult when you got to sit here and do it the way I did it. But lesson learned, I got in a hurry. But anyway, probably got to go get TJ, old Bubba, to give me a hand. But actually, he may be fixing to leave. We'll figure it out. We'll get these legs on. We got it moved over out here where I can work on it just a little bit easier. I already got the tube started. I put it on here on the table. I tied it up there, that little hook. If I can get, so there it is. And it held it up. So now I'm just gonna put these two, the last two on there, and probably call it for the night, and we'll finish up tomorrow. Start throwing the hog paneling in there, and see how we come along. That's looking pretty money. Sheesh. She's taller. I promise you, mine's square. That other one, she's just beat up and she's twisted and knurled and all that kind of stuff. But it's not as wide, but it's taller. So it's a pretty good. I mean, they're almost the same. This one can still, you know, the one I'm building can be turned sideways, put in the back of the truck between the fender well, and taken out to a property. I mean, look straight down. I mean, she's looking good, man. Now what I might do, she has a little bit, you may be able to see that bow in her. Once I start putting the cattle panel in, that'll help straighten that out, because I'll lay this on the side and then make sure everything's good to go and start tacking it in. If for some reason this does sag too much, because this is only 1.25 inches versus that 1.5 inches, I may just put one piece in the middle here and over there to keep that the sag out. Pretty good day. I don't know, it's about 2.5 hours I've been messing with it. Like I said, if you had everything laid out and already with a rhythm, I'd say probably 4 hours you could have this done. But I'm having fun with it. This is the time of the day to be working on this thing, man. It's nice and cool now. Shades on my side. But anyway, so I'm gonna, like I said, I'm tapping out. I'm gonna go in tomorrow, We're gonna put the grating in. We probably finish this thing tomorrow if I can make up my mind on what I want to do with the door. And look, let me just tell you what I'm talking about. I really don't like these swing doors, okay? These spring actuated, you know, because they come over here and they slam. And look at the wasted space in there. That's just, you know, pigs are always hanging out in the front, especially when you got a little pile of them. And you know, the door, can't really see it right here, but when that spring is on it, man, it is torqued. But, and I got this idea because I was gonna do it to his. You can see right here, this gate is an access. This door is an access door. You just pick it up and get there and get your pigs. What I wanted to do was I wanted to convert that one to a drop door, which I think would be pretty easy. But like I said, I like the drop door versus that spring-loaded door, so that's why this one's gonna be a drop door. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna have the tripwire, the trigger on it. So, gotta think of something cool, right? All right, y'all, so it's not the next day, it's actually 2 days after. You can kind of look right there. You can see it has just a little bit of a bow to it. It's like that all the way around just because, you know, the thickness of the steel and the size of the steel, plus the length that it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a measurement off of each corner and gonna put a piece in between, just kind of clamp it and hold it still. Gonna hold it to the right width. Put the cattle paneling in there, hog paneling, tack it down. Now once you start getting the hog paneling in there, it's gonna structurally, you know, it's gonna get tougher. But I've only got about 2 hours into it. I'm trying to see, you know, how long it'd take. 2 hours because I'm thinking the whole way on how I'm gonna change things. Don't wanna overthink it. I don't wanna overbuild it, but I don't wanna underbuild it either. I don't wanna get to where I'm taking and think, God dang it, you know, I should have done this or this. I want it to be ready to go. We did measure that corner to this corner, and I'm embarrassed to say that I am a 16th off. I don't give a shit. Body hog ain't gonna care. They're like they're coming in with the measuring tape. I went ahead and decided to go ahead and weld this permanent piece in here. It's gonna need it. The sag's gonna be too much. If I try to rely and put everything on that hog paneling, I'm just glutton for punishment. If I get some hogs in there and they beat up the side of that paneling, the paneling would go from straight to, if it bends out, and this is gonna sag. So I'm just gonna put that in there, weld that out a little bit better, and then I'll probably flip it up on its side. And since I already got this one going, I may put one in the other one. I don't know yet, but anyway, we'll figure it out. Hot again. Oh, now I'm gonna cut the piece that's gonna go right there inside. So what I didn't do, the panel's 50 inches and I concentrated too much on outside to outside 50. Gotta remember that for the next one. Whew, that took a little bit longer than I thought. I had to pull the table, I had to pull the trap out, lean it up against the barn. I don't have enough lead to get in there and tack. I got to get me a extension cord for this welder. But these little extra braces in here, and this paneling, it's already toughened it up a bunch. So, and I always over weld. I always go overboard. You know, I tack both sides, and on the ends, man, they've got probably way more weld than they need, but they ain't coming off. Whew. All right, so I had to go change my shirt, man. Get some water. Got hot. Don't need to be welding without long sleeve shirt. But so what I did, I took this old trap, put this on top of it, give me something better to work with. I'm gonna go ahead, lay that in here, cut it out, give me a little easier work area to get in there and tack that up. I should have done that earlier, but it was just too hot. So anyway, gonna get that in here, tack that side up, flip it over, do the other side, do the end, and that shouldn't take long. It's starting to move a little faster now that I get a little room. So let's get after it. Good, baby. Flip it over to the next side. Need to hurry up and get this piece. I got this thing standing up vertical, way up in the air. Just got squirrely. Better hurry up. All right, well, there she is so far. I'm gonna tell you something, I am very impressed. She real easy to move around. Pretty rock solid. Like I said, I'm glad with the way it turned out. I'm impressed with myself. She's like I said, she's solid, man. She's easy to move around too. I mean, just one hand lifting it up. When I get that door on there, again, they're gonna like to get in there and not have anything on their feet. Got these little stiffeners on the side. That's gonna play a part. I might put one across the back just because when this door slams, first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna run back at this door, since they're gonna be on that end where the trigger's gonna be. They're gonna run back here and they're gonna slam that door. Then they're gonna turn around and slam that. So it's gonna be back and forth. So the sides are stiff. I even tacked all the way down just to kind of keep it a little bit more quieter and a little bit more more stiff. But yeah, I'm very happy with the way she comes out. She's more solid than I thought. I had some doubts when I was building it with that 1.25 inch. I thought maybe I might have went a little too small, but no, she's playing it good, old son. These little, all it is angle iron, I just turned sideways. I rounded everything so it wouldn't catch you. Like I said, the only thing that's gonna suck now is when you roll this thing sideways in your truck, these are gonna be rubbing. But I didn't want to put them on the inside, even though, let me see, I probably could have, and I may do that on the next ones. I just didn't want this point on the inside because I'm not a total asshole. I don't want them pigs to be running. They're gonna hit that side, probably gonna tear that old snout all up, or tear their head up and gush and bleed, and just they'll beat themselves up and hurt themselves pretty bad. And I'm just not into that. So, all right, so anyway, now we're gonna get on with the door. I'm going to pretty much weld a frame on the outside of here, just like that one was back there, just like a channel for it to slide down. Again, I don't want to overthink it, but when this thing's up in the air like a drop gate, it's not going to have any support. So if I just pulled it up and put a pin at the bottom for an actuator, the wind starts blowing, it's going to be rocking back and forth in the wind. It could set itself off. It could not even set. So I got to build some kind of structure that'll come up to at least about right here. And I may have it to where it just, you know, with the bolt rolls down and stays everything with it. So I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, let's get on to the door. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut these pieces to that entranceway. I'm gonna cut them probably about 1/8 inch shorter and narrower. That way, when I put the channel on the outside, you'll see what I'm talking about later. It can actually, when the door drops, it's not going to have any drag on it, you know, make it that much faster. But we'll tack that up. That way, you know, if I don't like it, if something don't work right, cut it off and go for plan B. Now, if it's not working out like I want it to, which I really hope it is, you know, plan B is to go back to a spring door, which I really don't want to do, so I need to make this work. But it has to be practical. It has to be something that, you know, whether if I sell them like that, people can use, understand, and you know, just be a better all-around door. Also on this one, I'm not going to cut and bend around. I want exact measurements, so I'll just cut the 4 pieces and put it together. That way a little bit more accurate. The whole bending thing is awesome. It's great. I love it. But if you forget to add the thickness of the steel and the way you bend it, well, you're adding more length than you want. And if you're trying to build something perfectly square, that'll throw you off, and it's done pissing me off. I've already done it like 3 or 4 times. Square them up, tack them. Let's go see how she fits. All right, so we're looking pretty good. I don't know if I'm going to turn it around the opposite way and have kind of flush to flush. I may do that, have back end to back end, and then when I tack the hog panel on the inside, I'll put some plate steel to cover it. But you know, this way's better, you know, flat to flat, than if I put it the other way. Not saying it won't work that way. I like this way better. That way I can weld the hog paneling in. If they hit it, they'll be hitting it from the inside. That's just less material. But now, anyway, I got the door done. I'll finish welding it all the way around. And then I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the channel right here. Something for it to slide down. It'll all be pretty simple. I got some 2-inch flat strap that I can weld a channel all the way down. Just something for it to run up and down in. You know what I mean? Nice and easy. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm probably going to have to put this thing back up on the other one, so I can have a good work area. But no, looks pretty good so far. It ain't gonna be straight. It ain't gonna stay straight. Again, I'm gonna put a piece going across here and across the back. Especially this one. I need to make this one a little bit heavier anyway, so it wants to come down gravity a whole lot faster. Alright, I welded me some clips on here just to hold this up to get some better measurement. Take that channel, put it around the outside, give it maybe, man, I don't know, it's 2 inches, maybe 2 inches will be enough. Maybe 2 inches will be enough. Just weld it on the outside and then weld a piece on the inside for it to roll down. And then I need to figure out something when this gets down. If them hogs can't get in here, get their snout either underneath the door or inside them paneling openings and start working its way up. So I think I got an idea. Hopefully the door will be heavy enough that they can't do that. I don't think they can, but man, them pigs, they'll do some wild stuff. So y'all, if you're gonna weld in shorts and flip-flops or chonklers, we call them here in South Texas, be careful. A little slag getting down there between them toes, buddy. It'll get you. Oh! Hot toes, hot toes. And then we'll weld a piece to come across the front. I don't think I'm going to put 2 inch across the front because I don't know if I have enough. I wasn't planning on doing that. But I've got another option. Got some more angle iron, or I've got some 1.25 inch plate. Got that old drop door right here, baby. So anytime you're welding on thin metal, even if you're tack welding, stitch welding, whatever, you're gonna have some warpage. things are gonna move and bend a little bit. That's what happened when I tacked the hog paneling in. That thin metal, it kind of warped a little bit, but it's not a big deal. All I gotta do is just take my little sledgehammer, little 4-pound, what do you call it, sledgehammer, a little 4-pound hammer, and just start working on some stuff, bending it back because it drew in, and she'll be good to go. Gonna weld the clips on. It's gonna hold the door close to it. Once that's done, we're pretty much in the video. Like I said, I got wheels I want to put on it, and I've got a trigger mechanism. Well, I went from saying I didn't want to overbuild this thing to I think I'm kind of overbuilding, and the idea I have next is going to be a little much. I haven't ever seen this on another one. I know it'll work, but I'm going to have to. And let me show you why. You see my door there, how it kind of warped? Again, with this thinner steel, what's going to happen? It's going to warp. There's really nothing you can do about it. And that's just enough of an issue that it'll lock up in this channel. Now, I've learned a lot going through this, that the next time I'm probably going to do something different with the door. I may use a heavier gauge steel or a thicker steel, you know, instead of 1.25 inches, I may go 1.5 inches, may go 2 inch, I don't know. Something to keep it from bowing. But what I'm gonna do is I need to put a handle on it anyway, so I'm probably gonna take a piece of angle iron, flip it around here, put it on there like that, and if you'll see the difference in there by the time I suck it in to make that work. Hopefully this angle iron won't bend either, and that should help it, you know, take that bow out. But like I said, the way the door is when you bring it up, I got it just kind of half cocked open right now, but it's a little off, so that's just enough that it's causing it to be a little warped. Now, what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to weld some clips here in a minute, that when it comes down, it's going to be like a hook, and it'll draw into that just like I did down here. See it probably better from right here. See what I'm talking about. That way it hooks onto it, and as that hog hits this door, you know, it's not just relying on these thinner welds right here, this thinner plate, but it'll actually be hitting the main structure. Again, on the next one I'm learning, I may actually use a channel iron on this side and go a little tougher. Just trying to keep the cost down, keep the weight down. So again, it's a learning curve. But like I said, you know, I've got material all from the first buy, so I can use that. Again, I need a handle, so I'll run it across. I'll probably even, you know, without overthinking this too, because this is very straight, maybe put some plate, or, you know, I've got thick rebar or something. I don't want it to look too bad, but just something to keep that from flexing like that. Because what's going to happen when it flex, as this gets out in the sun, I mean, let me tell you how hot it is. So this is my, get you out the sun to see that. This is my nozzle dip. Okay, this is solid paste. It's so hot out here that it melted. Okay, it's liquefied. So steel is the same way, especially thin steel. If you guys know anything about the sun, the heat, what happens when this thing's up in the air, wherever the sun's at, that's the side it's going to draw to. And because of the way this one's built, when it's got it hanging in the air, and I'll show you what I'm going to do here in a minute, it's actually going to have a frame to have to hold this door to drop it. I thought about other ways, but I think hanging is going to be the best way, just because of the way it is. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. We'll get on that, and we'll weld that on there, hopefully draw that out, and see what that does. That hurt. Yeah, that helped out a lot. Way less resistance now that it's staying a little bit more square. So what I want to do, make sure I don't put up too many tacks. Watch it as I go. That way, watch it as I go. Make sure it ain't trying to flex back in, because get to designing the little hook. And like I said, all I'm going to do is the hooks, when they come down, they're going to hook on the main frame. That way, when the hog starts beating up this door, it's not pushing out on this smaller metal I have right here as the guide. Okay, so here's the hooks. The welds, man, all the welds are good. I started grinding on that one a little bit. I'm actually in all the little spots down there and here and everywhere else. I've got a little sandblaster, a little project blaster. I'll blast all those out, and I'm probably going to go over anywhere I welded and throw some good Rust-Oleum paint or something like that, you know, on the insides, just to, because usually right when you, anything on galvanized where you weld is where they're going to start rusting pretty good. So anyway, here's the hooks, and all that's going to do is when this thing is up and when it comes down, these hooks are going to keep the hogs from hitting this door and pulling on these small beams I got right here, which is just, you know, 1.25 inch flat strap with a 2-inch flat strap. I didn't have any channel. I didn't realize what I was going to do on that door, but I like the way it come out. These hooks, I got them up here, and I also got them down there, so everything will stay in a channel. That way, like I said, when that pig, the minute that door drops, that pig is going to haul ass over here and slam that door. Then he's going to go back and slam that door, and he's going to go back and forth. Again, I'm not going to have anything on the inside. I'm pretty positive 100% that they're not going to be able to hit these sides and bow them out and rip out the welds or anything. Now, what's actually good, when you stand this thing up on its side, because there is no support in the middle, it does sag a little, you know, saggy. So you're always putting pressure on the inside, squeezing it in, never out, making it any more egg shape. And for transport, you can just throw you a 2x4 or something between there when you roll it up. Just something to keep it apart. That way when you roll it up on the side and put a ratchet strap over and start ratcheting down, it don't squeeze it in. But that's simple. That's nothing we need to worry about. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do a part 2 to this video. This video is taking longer than I thought it would. I've got about 5.5 hours into it right now. Again, like I said, you could do this probably 4 to 5 hours straight if you had everything laid out. You already had your plan, or you've done this before. I was doing some thinking along the way. Like I said before, I'm an overthinker. I like to make my stuff cool, what nobody else has got. Now, I looked at this trap, and I've looked at a bunch of different square traps, and everything I'm doing, you guys notice that trash trailer back there? Don't judge me, man. That's just a trailer that collects junk all year long, and then we'll take it to the trailer and take it to the dump. It's an eyesore. My old lady hates it. What do you want me to do? But anyway, I'm going to make a part 2 to this video, showing how we have the bracket, I guess, to hold the door up in the air, the trigger mechanism, and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to bore you guys. I love watching long videos. I do, but not a lot of people do. So this isn't really a how-to video. I'm not telling you guys how to build a hog trap. This is just how I built mine. I've got two guys that want to buy some hog traps. So this first one's a prototype. Gonna give it to him. I don't know. Probably gonna give it to him for a little bit less than I would sell the other ones, just because, like I said, it's a prototype. It's got a lot of learning going in it, but that's okay. The next one, I'll have a price. I'll probably let y'all know what I think is a fair price to charge. Also on the next one, I'll let you guys know how much money I have into it, and how much time. We'll just kind of sit down and figure out, you know, hourly wage or whatever. But anyway, appreciate y'all guys watching the video. I know it's been a long one, longer than usual. I try not to keep them too long, but I had some fun on this one. Time got away from me. So if you made it this far, appreciate you guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, help us out. Give us that thumbs up. Share our content. YouTube loves that. And they spread us out there just that much more. All right, guys, just like every video, we end every chance you get wetted lined. Let an arrow fly. Put some rounds down range. If you get bored, go to Hog Trap.